All right, what is going on, guys? So I am wanting to start talking about other things than just the UFC fights and cards. We have, so this is kind of be the spark of it. In the past, I've done some dirty boxing. I think I did one or two dirty boxing, like post fight reactions and early predictions. This one, we're going to be doing breaking news, I guess. I'm assuming this is going to be for Karate Combat 58, Sam Alvey. I will play the video, give my thoughts on who I think is going to win this fight, but let's play
Smiling
this video.
Sam Alvey, I am the world's greatest karateka, the king of karate, if you will. And this is my friend, Mr. Knuckle Michael Knowles. He helped me win this belt. He's going to help me keep this belt. Mayflower Cigar has signed on to help me keep this belt here in America.
Oh, yeah.
On December 5th, I am fighting Robelis Despaigne, the biggest man I think I've ever fought. And I'm going to put him on the floor.
6'7".
Okay, so December 5th, I'm assuming he means this year, which is a Friday. And that is in, let's see how many weeks that's in. So from this Friday, it'll be 1, 2, 3, 4. So it's about a month. A little over a month away. We're going to have Sam Alvey versus Robelis Despaigne for the heavyweight karate combat title. What a career resurgence Sam Alvey has had. I guess I don't need this on anymore. What a career resurgence Sam Alvey has had since being kicked out of the UFC or dropped from the UFC. Let's go take a look at his Tapology page. So his professional MMA record is 34, 18, and 1. He's currently 39 years old. And if we take a look here, he was on a very long losing streak in the UFC. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, a split draw. So we won't cut that. 5, 6, 7, 8. He was on an 8-fight losing streak in the UFC before he got cut. I honestly don't know why he went that long before getting cut. I know he'd been in the UFC for a long time. 2014, it looks like. And he's been fighting for a long time. So I don't know if that had anything to do with it. But nonetheless, after that, he did one MMA fight where he won via finish. Since then, he's only been performing in Karate Combat, where he has become the Karate Combat heavyweight champion. No clue how much he makes there, but hopefully he's doing good for himself, being this kind of the tail end of his combat sports fighting career. He's now on a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 fight win streak with a no contest. I can't remember if it was what it was, if it was a groin strike or eye poke. I don't remember why this was declared a no contest. Let's see if we can go into it and see if it says why. Ends in a no contest. It doesn't really say why. I don't remember. It's been a while. I don't think I watched this particular event. I just remember it being a no contest. But nonetheless, his last win was Tyrone Spong, who, if you don't know who Tyrone Spong is, he's old. He's 40 years old. Been in kickboxing and boxing and fighting for a long time. Primarily boxing and kickboxing. I mean, as you can see, his record here. I know he does have a little bit of MMA, but, lots of fights. I believe he was a champion in, I can't remember what organization. Was it Glory? It might have been Glory. I can't remember. I'm not really that deep into kickboxing. I just know who he is. But nonetheless, before that fight that he had with Alvey, which I don't think he really did anything to earn that fight. Yeah, he's coming off of a loss anyway before that in Eagle FC. I remember watching that fight. They kind of just gave him the title shot just because of the name value, I'm assuming. But Sam Alvey finished him. He finished him in the second round. If let's go look at who Robelis Despaigne is fighting. So, gets into the UFC, gets one win, gets 2 losses, get him out of there. They kicked him out. Then went to Karate Combat, which is Robelis Despaigne has a Taekwondo background. I believe he was an Olympic bronze medalist, if I remember correctly. So Karate Combat's probably really good for him, like a very good format for him. Went on a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 fight win streak. And I think these 3 fights where they were doing a tournament for who's going to fight Sam Alvey next for the heavyweight title, which I love. Tournaments are so cool. I watched this. It was very interesting to watch. But as you can see, in the UFC and even pre-UFC, his very first fight went almost the full round, MMA fight. Then 12 seconds, 3 seconds, 4 seconds, 18 seconds. Then he lost 2 decisions to Waldo Cortez Acosta. That's not a bad loss to have. Austin Lane, not a good loss to have. But then when we get transitions over to Karate Combat, 4 seconds, 12 seconds, 8 seconds. Then he wins 1 by unanimous decision. 1 by in 20 seconds finishes the guy. And then his most recent opponent, and probably outside of Waldo Cortez Acosta, probably the most experienced and best opponent he's fought, second best opponent he's fought, is Zach Paunga, who was a former UFC fighter. He was in the tough. Didn't win. Got knocked out by Muhammad Usman in the final. Did he even get a win in the UFC? I think he might have gotten a couple wins in the UFC before they cut him. Beat Jordan Wright. That doesn't mean anything. So he had 1 win in the UFC before being cut. Then it looks like went 1-1 outside of the UFC, and then signed with Karate Combat, where he won his 2 fights that was in that tournament they had, and then fought Robelis Despaigne. And he's going to be in Karate Combat 57, which already happened October 31st, 2025, so I have no clue if that went through or not. Nonetheless, he's okay. He's not the best opponent. Who do I think is going to win Sam Alvey versus Robelis Despaigne? I watched, because I never watched the fight originally. Or yeah, I did. I didn't really remember what happened. The fight with Robelis Despaigne, Zach Paunga, Despaigne just unleashed on him. Unloaded, tons of pressure, throwing tons of strikes, and like halfway through that round, yes, he was tagging up Paunga and almost finished him several times, but he didn't. And TKO type finish, KO finish. And then Paunga he didn't win the first round, but he started to come back in that first round. And then the fight got stopped in between rounds due to his eye swelling up, and they didn't, just doctor stoppage. So in this fight between Sam Alvey and Robelis Despaigne, what's going to matter? Alvey's just a little bit older. He's 39. I believe Despaigne, he's 37. So he's not young for fighting. I mean, he's young in fighting. He only has a handful of fights in general. I know he did Taekwondo and whatnot. But essentially, I think if Robelis Despaigne cannot finish Sam Alvey in the first round or 2, I think Alvey will probably take over and win the fight. I think Alvey definitely has the cardio advantage. Robelis Despaigne definitely has the power advantage and probably the better overall striking advantage. I would say he probably has more cleaner striking than Sam Alvey. But I think Alvey is going to probably make this a dirty fight. He's going to either be all the way out, away from Robelis Despaigne and his long-ass limbs, or all the way in, where it's going to be hard for Despaigne to use his kicks, and he's going to have to use his striking, and Alvey will try to make it dirty. That's what I think is probably going to happen. I think Alvey's probably going to win. Again, if Despaigne doesn't get him out of there in the first round, I think Sam Alvey will probably win, but I'm not super confident in that pick. Once we probably get the week of the fight, I'll make a dedicated fight prediction and breakdown for this fight. But as far as my early prediction, I'm going to go Sam Alvey to get it done. 3rd round TKO over Robelis Despaigne. Despaigne gasses out, and Alvey kind of just takes over and retains his heavyweight title in Karate Combat. What do you guys think? Is it going to be Sam Alvey or Robelis Despaigne? Who's going to win in this heavyweight matchup for a Karate Combat heavyweight title? Let me in the comment section down below. Drop a like on the video, subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Goodbye.